Started. Laya Charlotte. Woo. Wabanyaha Kadam, he's turned face to east. And we're going to say the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. The Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanaw, Shabbat Shemayim, Kadash, Hayah, Shemka, Yahweh, Malabaka, Taba'ah, Ratazaka, Hayah, Aisha, Ba'arataza, Kawa, Hayah, Bashamayim, Nathanaw, Lakom, Kal, Yawan, Wasalaknawa, Kabawatnawa, Kasalaknawa, Kabawatiyanaw, Wala'ah, Tabiyanaw, Balasawan, Abal, Hawashanaw, Mayan, Rai, Kaya, Laka, Hamalakwa, Waha'ala, Wahata, Para, La'awalumim, Aman. In English, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us of our debts, as we forgive our debtors. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it. Hakat, the power in the Hebrew. Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Babakishah, the thunder hour. Hakak, La Pa'ah, Kal Maka'ala, Wakal Matawa, Hakak, La Tahor, Hamatazari, Hakak, La Aquarium, Hamathim, Hakak, Al Rakawa, Ha Tama'ala, Lagarshan, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, the water man. In English, Lord, in the name of Yahushua, please give us the power to heal all manner of sickness, all manner of disease, the power to cleanse the lepers, the power to raise the dead, the power to against unclean spirits, to cast them out. In the name of Yahushua, thank you, so be it. Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Oh, so like. Yeah, Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Asha'ah, Ayanya, Oh, Hahari, Ma'ayan, Yaba'ah, Isaiah, Ma'ayin, Yahweh, Aisha, Shamayam, Wa'aratazah, Ayathar, Lamawat, Ragalka, Al-Yanawam, Shamarka, Hana, La'ah, Yanawam, Wala'ah, Yayashan, Shawamar, Yasra'ala, Yahweh, Shamarka, Yahweh, Tazarka, Al-Yad, Yamyanka, Yaramam, Hashamash, La'ayakaka, Wayarak, Balayala, Yahweh, Yashamarka, Makarai, Yashamar, after the Pascha, Yahweh, Yashamar, Taza Ataka, Wa Ba'aka, Ma'aita, Wa I will love. In the English, I will lift up my eyes unto the hill, from whence cometh my help. My help comes from Yahweh, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he keepeth Yahshua Allah, shall neither slumber nor sleep. Yahweh is thy keeper. Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. He shall preserve thy going. Yahweh shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in. From this time forth, even forevermore. This is book of Psalms, Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayim, Al Damayilaka, Al Dakarash, Wa Al Dashakwat, Al Kayahana, Awabika, Yahama Yawan, Wa Mashanayaka, Nasha'awa, Ra'ash, A'amaka, Ya'awa Yawa, Sawa, Wayataya Watazawa, Al Tazapamaka, Amawa, Lakawa, Wanaya Kayayim. Slightly. Nawa Atazawa, La, Yakawa, Al Yaka, Waya, Yakawathwa, Ahoya, Adawan, Wayashama Ali, Mawa'aba, Wa'agari, Gabal, Wa'amawan, Wa'amalak, Palasha, Amishabia, Tazawar, Gamashawar, Nalawa, Aiman, Hayawa, Zawarai, Labaya Lawat, Salah, Aishalaham, Kamadia, Kasaya Sora, Kayabia, Banakal, Kwayashwa, Nashamawa, Ba'ayan, Da'ara, Hayawa, Daman, La'adama, Shayatuma, Nadayatuma, Ka'ara, Wakaza'aba, Wakazaba, Wakazazamana, Kal Nashayakumwa, Ashar, Amora, Nayarasha, Nalawa, Na'awath, Alahayim, Alahaya, Shayatuma, Kagardala, Kakwash, Lapayaraka, Ka'ash, Daba'ira, Ya'ira, Wakalahaba, Dalahat, Hayam, Khan, Daradatma, Basa'iraka, Wabasawaka, Dabaholi, it's like Dabaholim, Mala'a, Payaham, Palawan, Wayabakwashwa, Shakar, Yahweh, Yabashua, Wayabahalya, Ayai, Wayakapawa, Wayabawa, Wayadaira, Kaya, Ata, Shukar, Yahweh, Labaka, Ayawan, Akaha, Ratza. Psalms 83 in English. Keep that not silence, O power. Hold not thy peace. And be not still, O power. For lo, thy enemies make it to mold. That they hate thee have lifted up the head. They have turned their curtain counsel against our people. They have assaulted against our hidden ones. They have said, come, let us cut them off and be a nation. That the name of Israel, that the name of Yahshua Allah may be no more remembrance. For they consult together in one consent. They are confederate against thee, the tabernacles of Edom, and the Ishmaelites, the Moab, and the Hagarim, Gabal, and Ammon, and Amalek, the Philistines, and the inhabitants of Tyre. And should also join with them. They are hoping the children of Lot, Salah, do unto them as to the Midianites, as to Sisera, as Jabin, at the brook Gasar, which perished at Endor, which came as dung for the earth, made them numbers like a rail, and like the El, yea, all the princes as a Ba, and as a Moon, who said, let us take ourselves to the house of God and possess it. Oh my God, make them like a wheel, as the stomach for the wind, as the fire burns the wood, as the flame set the mountains on fire. Persecute them with thy tempest, and make them afraid with thy storm. Fill their faces with shame, that they may seek thy name. O Yahweh, let them be confounded and troubled forever. Yea, let them be put to shame and perish, that man may know who thou name alone is Yahweh, art the most high of all the earth. Blessed in the Hebrew, Barak, Adah, Yahweh, Wa Yahweh Shah, Wa Maga'ala, Wa Alahayim, Matazabia, Alawam, Yahana, Ha Alawapia, Ha Sarayim, Ha Kazazayim, Ha Kayayayim, Wa Ha Agwathian, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahusha, the Wada Aman. In English, bless you, Yahweh, and Yahweh Shah, and Michael, and the angels, command you, Yahana, the generals, the captains, the officers, the troops, and the sisters, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shah. Thank you, so be it. Bless on Yahweh, King of heaven and earth, and all things living. Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shah, listen to us now, right now. Send evils and curses and punishment and destruction to the heathen that speak against us, thy prophets and thy teachers, the princes and the priests, the Israelite brothers in the school. Send evils and curses and punishment and destruction to the heathen. And shake loose the treasures of the rich of Israel that refuse to give to the school. Force their riches into thy sanctuary. Send evils and curses and punishment and destruction to the Edomites and their nations and their drug dealers, the court system, the prison system, the Planned Parenthood, all the governors of our enemies, MLS synagogues and army, the Roman Catholic Church, the Pope, Islam, Christianity, Egyptology, militia, Ku Klux Klan, Aryan Nation, skinheads, proselytizers, gay movement, lesbian movement, spies, workers of witchcraft, now space program, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marine, Wall Street, open up the internet and the airways, the cable access channel and the radio channel. Convict the spirit of any of our people that seek to stop us and bring through destruction to all the heathen that stand in the way or try to stop us from broadcasting your words throughout the planet Earth. Let loose all the players, cause them to go to and fro through the earth and consume them, and shake the house of the thief and the murderer. Let Yahweh Shai, Michael, and Gabriel come down with the flying saucers and punish all the heathen that come up against us. As you speak thy words, cause be known by all that is the angels that have done it. Cause be spread throughout the media, throughout the whole world. Cause the second thy coming. In the name of Yahweh Shai, thank you always so big. So, Shai enemies have a seat. Get a Most High another hand for another Sabbath service. And, you know, once again, like I always say, Sabbath service. These fake Israelite groups, man, you know, they teach that on the Sabbath you can't cook, you can't clean, you can't do nothing. You can't kindle a fire. You can't even you got to cut all your lights off, all your electricity, but they still go up and start their cars up. Like I don't get that. Like, don't you know starting your car is killing the fire? But you think the combustion chamber is? You see how hypocritical these groups are? They say you can't cook, you can't clean, you can't do this, but you start your car up. You start your car up to go places. If you Negroes is really living by the Sabbath, then y'all should be walking to camp. Y'all should be walking to camp, man. Instead of starting your car up. Because when you start a vehicle up, that's kindling the fire. You gotta understand this Sabbath service that that not Sabbath service, but on the day of Sabbath, it's just a day where you don't go to work. Like I always say, just make it simple. It's just your day off of work. That's all it is, just a day off. Just day off work. That's all it really is. Like if you just basically just look at it, the Sabbath day is just a day off from work. That's all it is. That's all it is. Should I? What's going on, Mark?
What's going on?
Oh man. You know anything about the Sabbath?
Yeah, I know about the Sabbath.
So what you know? Tell me what you know about the Sabbath.
I know
what you learn from the Sabbath.
I know there's no fire can be kindled. I know there's no basically no cooking. And then I know no working. And there's one more. I know there's one more.
So who told you that you can't cook on the Sabbath?
Well, when I first came in the truth, I was learning from IUIC, but I stopped learning from them because, I mean, them guys,
It's funny you said the IUIC because them Negroes there, they the one teach that bull crap.
Oh, okay. So
the Sabbath day, you can do whatever the hell you want on the Sabbath day. You just can't go to work on the Sabbath.
For real?
You can cook, you can clean, you can do whatever the hell you want to do. The Sabbath day is just a day off of work.
Yeah.
They celebrate the Sabbath day. We don't celebrate the Sabbath day. All we do is keep the holy Sabbath. Basically, we just don't go to work. If you own a business, then you don't, then your business should be closed. Like you shouldn't have nobody work for you on the Sabbath.
Mm-hmm.
It's a scripture that explains that. Hold on, let me pull it for you. Go to Mark 2 and 27. Yes, Shabbat?
Yeah.
Go to Mark 2 and 27. Let me show you what the Sabbath day is. Because you got these fake groups out here, these phonies, these wannabes, claiming to be Israelites, but they don't keep the Israelite tradition. So they tell you that you can't cook, you can't clean on the Sabbath. Priest now, man.
Yeah, make sure.
So they tell you can't cook, you can't clean on the Sabbath, man. And it's weird. It's weird that brothers and sisters really think that you really can't cook on the Sabbath. Like you can't kindle a fire.
Mm-hmm.
Like what you should have asked IUIC, this is what you should have asked them. If we can't kindle a fire, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why do you still drive your car? Because when you start your car up, you kindling the fire, right? What you think the combustion chamber is?
Yeah.
Because when you spark your car up, what you think the spark plug is? Sparking a fire. So if you can't kindle a fire, but you drive in your vehicle, which is kindling a fire, because the combustion chamber, you start your car up, you got to kindle a fire for it to start. You got to give it a spark to start. So if you can't kindle a fire, you drive your vehicle, how are you keeping the Holy Sabbath?
You're not.
You see where I'm going?
Yeah.
Like, if you can't kindle a fire, then why are you not walking to camp? Why y'all not carrying y'all stuff to camp? Why y'all driving if you can't kindle if you can't kindle a fire? You see how hypocritical that is? You see the hypocrisy? Mm-hmm. These niggas say, well, you can't kindle a fire on the Sabbath. Why the hell are you driving? Why are you driving your car? Your car should be parked too. Because you can't cut the stove on, you can't cook, you can't cut your electricity on, you gotta cut all your lights out. Then you shouldn't be driving your car neither. Or your truck, or whatever the hell you driving. You should ride a bike to camp. You should ride you a bicycle to camp, or walk to camp, carry all your stuff to camp. So we teach that the Sabbath, even in the scriptures, says just it's no servile. Matter of fact, go to Leviticus. Leviticus 23.
I don't mean to cut you off, but it says remember the Sabbath day. So is that a law? Is that basically like a law too? Like just to remember?
Yeah, it's a commandment. Yeah.
So remember is a commandment.
Remember the Sabbath is basically you just keeping the Sabbath, meaning you're not going to work. It's not a high holy day. It's just a day of rest. That's all it is. You know, you got you got Negroes that say, well, happy Sabbath. Like they celebrate the Sabbath. The Sabbath day is just a regular day, just a day off. You just keeping the holy Sabbath is just basically, you know, you're just not going to work. Mm-hmm. You know. Now, if you got a job, right? Let's say you got a job and it works on the weekend, right? And it's mandatory. You know, don't get me wrong. Hey, if it's mandatory, man, go work and get your pay. But the only difference is, well, hold on, let me explain it. I ain't finished explaining. So if it's mandatory, right, and you got to go in, it's not on you. It's on Esau ass. It's a lot for my language. It's on Esau. But if Esau come to you and be like, hey, you want to work some overtime? You know, it's not mandatory, but you know, you want to make some extra, you know, get some extra hours, you know. Hey, you're welcome to come in tomorrow on Saturday. Now, if you voluntarily work, then you breaking the Sabbath. You going against the Sabbath. You're supposed to turn it down. Because you got all six other days to work. Just this day here, you're not supposed to work. But unless it's mandatory, then it's on Esau because we in captivity. So, you know, we in captivity, you know, hey. All right, cool. I'll be there. But you can't voluntarily work. But then you'll be breaking the Sabbath. Remembering the Sabbath is just you taking a day off from slavery. That's all it is. You got it from?
You want Leviticus 23 and 3?
Yeah, come.
It's the book of Leviticus, chapter 23 and verse 3. 6 days shall work be done.
So 6 days work shall be done. Okay, you know, you got Sunday is the first day of the week, right? So you get work Sunday through Friday. That's 6 days, right? Mm-hmm. Don't keep going.
But the seventh day
the Sabbath day
is the Sabbath of rest.
It's the Sabbath of rest. Does that say anything about not killing a fire?
No.
Does that say anything that you can't cook? What read it again?
6 days shall work be done, but the seventh day is the Sabbath of rest.
Just a day of rest. Just a day of rest. Any more on that?
And holy convocation.
It's a holy convocation. It's not a high holy day. A high holy day like a Sabbath day, like to say we have a feast day. That's a holy day. It's a Sabbath. But just the Sabbath day, it's just a day of rest. All you're doing, you're just taking off day from labor. That's all it is. No labor. Any more?
You shall do no work therein.
Should do no work. No work. It doesn't say anything about cleaning. I mean, not cooking, no killing, no fire. Saying you can't cook, you can't do this and that. So you got some of these groups saying you can't even take a bath. You can't wash your behind because it's work. That's disgusting. Who is coming up with these ideas like that? Like I be trying to figure out. People are coming up with their own doctrines just to get, help me out, y'all.
Clout.
Yeah, clout. So they trying to get clout. They trying to get, they're trying to be a leader, leading people to astray. But they really breaking the damn Sabbath. You breaking the Sabbath. Now, if we couldn't cook and couldn't clean, couldn't kindle a fire on the Sabbath, then why all these groups, why they driving? Why they driving to camp? Why they driving to go get food or driving here and there? Because driving your car is killing the fire. Excuse me. But I know what the scripture you talking about not killing the fire. You know what I'm talking about. Was it Nehemiah?
Not killing the fire. Law. That's in
Was it Nehemiah or
that's in Deuteronomy. No.
No. But the Sabbath.
And the buying and selling is in Nehemiah.
Yeah.
But it don't say nothing about killing the fire. If I could.
Okay, go ahead.
The killing the fire thing was only specific to that time because they had to collect the manna. They had to collect the manna off the ground. Collect the manna before it hit the ground. If it hit the ground, they were supposed to leave it on the ground. And they only had that night to make what they was gonna make and be done with it because they had to leave the next day.
So, do you know what killing a fire is?
I know it's just lighting up something.
Okay, so basically, like, all right, just say like you in the woods, right? And you ain't got no lighter, you ain't got nothing to light a fire with. What's another way to kindle a fire?
Doing it man-made or something? Like
No, not man-made. Like, what else can you kindle a fire? Like, if lights was never invented or anything, what some other way can you kindle a fire?
I'm not sure.
Okay, you ever hear how you start a campfire? You spark rocks together?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's,
like sticks or something.
Yeah, that's killing a fire.
Yeah.
You actually working to start a fire. You actually working to start a fire. Any spark, like say for instance, when you know what a spark plug is, right?
Yeah.
You know the job of a spark plug, what it does to a vehicle.
Yeah,
it sparks.
Like that starts it up.
That's what starts your car. The spark plugs, that's the spark. That's the kindling of the fire in your combustion chamber. Same way when you're out in the woods in the middle of nowhere and you just start a campfire, you gotta spark. You gotta make that fire. You gotta spark the rocks together to spark a fire. That's kindling the fire. Now these Negroes here saying you can't kindle a fire, you can't cook, you can't clean, and all that stuff. That's bull crap. You can do whatever the hell you want on the set. You can cook, you can clean, you can grill, you want to clean your house, you want to walk the dog, you want to go to the movies, you want to take your old lady out, go have brunch, whatever. You can do whatever the hell you want on the Sabbath. You just can't go to work. This is a day off slavery. That's all it is. That's all it is. This is a day off slavery. It's nothing else. You get it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Any more questions?
No, that's it.
Okay. Well, go on here now. All right, so where we at?
Should be 17-1.
17-1.
Number 17-1. But I'm looking though. This is off.
What's up? What's wrong?
It's not labeled correctly. The 17 starts right there. We ended up way over here though. This is where we started at. You see? And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, verse 17, debar all Yeah, Allah. Hold on.
How's it out?
Because if we start at verse, see right here, number 16, it only goes up to 35, but number 16 goes up to 50.
You're still at 16, right?
No, we at 17. We 17 and 1. That's why I wrote that there because I read some of this here last week. But even that's not matching up.
Let's see what I'm calling.
Right.
You got the gospel drop on your phone?
Look,
I'll send it to you. Oh, you got it on your phone.
let me see something.
I gotta send it to you. Check your email.
That's what I'm trying to do.
Email it to you. If you need it again, just remind me to email it to you. Email it to you. No, if you want to read it off my phone, fine.
If you feel the notes to me again,
Alright, cool. I got you.
you are. See what my email.
Yeah, text me your email. You want to read off that? Or you want to read off my phone?
I'll read off my phone once you send it to me. That way you get that thing still.
Okay.
I'll text you my email. Alright, I just sent it to you. Well, I put it in. I ain't mean to send it to that group chat, but it's in that group message between me, you, and the rocket.
I got you. I'm sending it to you. Thought you had it.
I miss
Hold on. Look at this. Look at mine. And then look on the book. Does it say the same thing?
why at the bar? Lie, it does not. It's verse 17, right? Chapter 17.
17:1.
Right, 17 and 1. Why at the bar? Yeah, it does. So yours stops at 35 too. Yours the same way as this. But it actually goes to chapter 50. And it goes to verse 50. So some verses is missing from this. We can start at 17 and 1 in this. And be in
Okay,
the
that's
same.
What's going on, brother? You good?
So what we're talking about, remember last week, I thought I caught us up to where we were supposed to be, but it stops at 35. But Numbers chapter 16 stops at verse 50, goes to 50. So there's a bunch of verses missing, 16 verses missing, or 15 verses rather, missing from the Torah.
Says 16 verses missing.
It's 15 missing from the Torah.
I read it.
We should be past that. We should be at verse 7, chapter 17, 1, I believe.
So, so what are you saying? You're saying that it's 16 verses missing out of the Torah,
Right.
which will put us where in the.
No, they're just completely missing. They're not in there at all.
Okay, so where'd you stop at?
Last week we read some of 17, but I don't remember where we stopped at because I thought we were still reading part of 16. But after re-looking back
No,
at it,
we was in 17.
so we
Yeah.
started.
Have y'all read any of it today?
No.
You don't know where we ended at last week.
I don't remember. Let me see.
Alright, so I got number 16, so we was in 16. Corey then brought up against him. I think the last thing he was saying something about a censor. And the elders filed it out.
read 40.
Thank you. Brown clay, okay. For the one children, like no stranger. Mm-hmm. All congregation of Israel. Moses. Let's try to put it on Moses. So, it says it will put it to the congregation and make an atonement. Okay. All right. So we ended at. For tomorrow.
So you want me to read it just in English?
Read verse 42. So you're saying that there is no verse 42
La.
in the Torah.
La. We stopped at 35.
That's 35.
Good.
And then it does what?
And then it picks up right at the beginning of chapter 17.
17 or more.
Good.
All right.
It was missing 15 verses.
All right. What does it say in verse 17 and 1?
In Lashon Kodash,
Yeah, read real quick.
it says, Waya Debar, Yahweh, all Mashah,
Yeah,
La
that's it,
Amar.
that's it. All right, so we just read verse 42 in the English.
It's Numbers chapter
All the way, just read it to
17. It's Numbers chapter 16 and verse 42 in the English. And it came to pass when the congregation
Hold on, so like, was y'all interacting with the brother?
Yeah. I was just breaking down the same.
The Sabbath? Oh, okay. You got any more questions, bro?
No, I'm good.
Oh, okay. All right, let's get it.
Verse 42. And it came to pass when the congregation was gathered against Moses and Aaron, that they looked toward the tabernacle of the congregation, and behold, the cloud covered it, and the glory of the Lord appeared. Verse 43. And Moses and Aaron came before the tabernacle of the congregation. Verse 44. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, verse 45, Get you up from among this congregation, that I may consume them in a moment. And they fell upon their faces.
All right, so why did Moses and them fall upon their face when the Lord said, "Get away from them, that I might consume them as in a moment"? Why did they fall upon their face? What?
Because he knew that the Most High was going to kill them all.
How do you know that?
He said, I'm going to consume them.
Yeah, but what was they really thinking? Think outside the box. I mean, it ain't really outside the box. It's why would they know that for sure that the Most High was going to kill them?
Because they came.
Go ahead, bro.
Because they went against Moses and Aaron. But they said the Lord was with them, and they they tested basically.
All right, so this is okay. So this ain't. You remember how the other brothers did the exact same thing? All right, these aren't those same brothers. All right, these are the people looking at Moses as if Moses got those brothers killed. All right, so this is the congregation looking at Moses and mad at Moses and Aaron, saying that they the ones who got those brothers and sisters killed. All right, so when they went up against Moses, and the Lord said that he was going to just that Moses and Aaron need to remove themselves from the congregation, because the Lord finna kill the congregation. Why did they just know for sure that he was dead serious about this? Go ahead, bro.
Because he did to the first brother.
Right. He'd done this before. All right.
Slightly.
What?
Also, too, and this when he begged the Lord to have mercy. When he was going to.
Well, he always begged. This ain't the same thing. But he always, it might be. No, I don't think it's it. No, this ain't it. But yeah, he always begged the Lord to have mercy on him. All right, that's why he fell upon his face and didn't leave. The Lord gave him a commandment to leave, but he didn't leave, and he fell upon his face and prayed to, was trying to beg the Lord to kill them. All right, but he knew for sure that they was going to kill because this is the exact same thing. They went up against Moses and Aaron, and the Lord told Moses and Aaron to do what? The other brothers did. What did the Lord tell Moses and Aaron?
Apart from
Depart from. He told them the exact same thing again. So the Lord don't play. And the Lord was showing him that I don't play when it comes to people going up against the people who I chose to lead. And he was going to destroy those people. And that's what the Lord chose to do. And Moses did, Moses got brotherhood. So Moses don't want to actually see the Lord destroy them. He wants them to repent and, come up under the leadership of the Lord. You dig what I'm saying? That's what Moses wanted them to do. Keep reading.
Verse 46. And Moses said unto Aaron, take a censer and put fire therein from off the altar, and put on incense, and go quickly into the congregation and make an atonement for them.
So Moses told Aaron, look, the Lord finna kill them, man. Hurry up and go in there and, make an atonement for their sins that they just committed. Well, the sin that they just committed was going up against the chosen, the one who the Lord chose to lead. So he told Aaron to go and, get a censer and go, ask for the Lord to forgive them and to make it right with the Most High, because the Lord wanted to kill them. All right, keep reading.
For there is wrath gone out from the Lord. The plague is begun.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 47. And Aaron took Moses as commanded and ran into the midst of the congregation. And behold, the plague was begun among the people.
Mm-hmm.
And he put on incense and made an atonement for the people. Verse 48. And he stood between the dead and the living, and the plague was stayed.
All right, so the Lord just started killing them. All right, put a plague on them and just started killing them. And Moses, was trying to hurry up and get out there. I mean, Aaron was trying to hurry up and get out there to tell them to run out there in the middle of them, and make an atonement to the Lord while they out here, while the Lord was killing them. So he ran out there, stood before him, and then the Lord started to slow down the plague. That it was rapidly going through the people, but the Lord started to slow it down because Aaron went out there and was praying and asking for the Lord to forgive them. All right, keep reading.
Verse 49. Now they that died in the plague were 14,700, beside them that died about the matter of Korah.
All right, so it was 14,000 of them who died fast. You know what I'm saying? He was killing them quick. All right, and this is outside of the people who the Lord had already killed with Korah. All right, keep reading.
Verse 50. And Aaron returned unto Moses unto the door of the tabernacle of the congregation, and the plague was stayed.
All right, so he came back, and then the plague had stopped. The plague had stopped because Aaron and Moses prayed to the Lord to not kill his people. All right, keep reading. In the Hebrew.
It's Numbers chapter 17 and verse 1 in the Hebrew. Wayadabar, Yahweh, all, Mashah, La Amar. Verse 2. Amar, all, Elazar, Ban, Aharon, Hakahan, Wayarum, Af, Hamakatha.
Where are you, verse 3?
Verse 2. Hamak.
You sure you're in 3?
I'm in 2.
Yeah. But I'm reading 3, and it's saying what you're saying in verse 3.
It says verse 2.
Yeah, it's verse 2.
We'll start.
Verse 2. Amar, all, Elazar, Ban, Aharon, Hakahan, Wayarum, Af, Hamak, Fafa, Mabayan, Hasharapa, Wa'ath, Ha'ash, Zara, Hala'ah, Kaya, Kodashua. Verse 3. Ath, Makath, Wath, Makath Awath, Hakat, Haka, Ta'ayam, Hakat Ayam, Ha'alah, Banapash, Fayam, Wa'aishwa, Athum, Rakwa, Ayah, Hakayam, Tazak, Waya, Lama Zabak, Kaya, Hakwar Yabam, Lapanya, Yahweh, Waya Kodashwa, Waya Hayawa, La Oyath, Labanya, Yasha'ala. Verse 4. Waya Kwak, Al-Azar, Hakahan, Ath, Makath, Thawath, Hana, Kashaf, Ashar, Hakwar Yabawa, Hashar Hayam, Wayar Rock, Wayar Rock, Wayar, Kwayawam, Taza, Paya, Lama Zabak. Verse 5. Zakarwan, Labanya, Yasha'ala, Lama'ain, Ashar, La'ah, Yakwarab, Ayash, Zara, Ashar, La'ah, Mazerai, Aharon, Hawa'ah, Lahakwat Yar, Lahakwat Hayar, Quatara, Quatarath, Lapanya, Yahweh, Wala'ah, Yaha,
3 through 7.
Quarak, Waka'ai Dathwa, Ka'ashar, Debar, Yahweh, Banya, Slaki, Bayad, Mashah, Lawak, verse 7, or Slaki, verse 6. Waya Lanwa, Ka, Idath, Banya, Yasha'ala, Mamakrath, Al, Mashah, Wa'al, Aharon, La'amar, Athum, Hamathum, Ath, Aim, Yahweh, verse 7. Waya Hayah, Bahad, Bahakwaho, Ha'ida, Al, Mashah, Wa'al, Aharan, Wayapanya, Slaki, Wayapanwa, Al, Ahal, Mawa'ai, Wahanawa, Slaki, Wahanaha, Kasahawa, Ha'ainana, Wayara'a, Kabawad, Yahweh. It's Numbers chapter 17 and verse 1 in the English. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, verse 2, Speak unto the children of Israel, and take every one of them a rod according to the house of their fathers, and of all their princes according to the house of their fathers, 12 rods. Write thou every man's name upon his rod.
All right. So it's telling you to get a they're gonna have a stick, right? And it's gonna write the 12 tribes on each stick, and then you'll write the name of the fathers on those sticks and the name of the men, who are under those fathers.
Verse 3, And thou shalt write Aaron's name upon the rod of Levi, for one rod shall be for the head of the house of their fathers. Mm-hmm. Verse 4, And thou shalt lay them up in the tabernacle of the congregation before the testimony, where I will meet with you. Verse 5, And it shall come to pass that the man's rod, whom I shall choose, shall blossom, and I will make to cease from me the murmurings of the children of Israel, whereby they murmur against you. Verse 6, And Moses spake unto the children of Israel, and every one of their princes gave him a rod apiece, for each prince one, according to their fathers' houses, even 12 rods, and the rod of Aaron was among their rods. Mm-hmm. Verse 7, And Moses laid up the rods before the Lord in the tabernacle of the witnesses.
All right, so the Lord was gonna stop all of this. He's gonna let everybody know that, and the purpose for doing this, right, is to make everybody know that we are all the same people. We all fighting for the same cause. We all, together in this. There's not somebody greater than us all. It's just I chose one person to be the mouthpiece for me. You do what I'm saying? And he's like, I don't want anybody thinking that, the whole purpose of it was to restore the brotherhood within the children of Israel. All right? And let them know that, all right, these are your fathers. All of us come from, these 12 tribes. So, it shouldn't be any murmuring about, who's better than who, when all of us come from these same tribes. I chose all of us, all of y'all. You dig what I'm saying? So it's not one greater than the other. It ain't one tribe better than the other, because that's eventually what it's going to fall into. Tribalism. Well, people think that their tribe is better or greater than another tribe. And that's eventually what it's going to end up. How is the tribe of Levi better than the tribe of Issachar? You do what I'm saying? That's what it was going to end up falling into. So the Lord just was like, I'm just going to, put all this down, and all y'all know that we all is, you all are the same. Only reason that the Levites are different is because that's who I chose to be different. But they still are of the children of Israel too also. All right, I think somebody tried to come in. All right. Keep reading.
It's Numbers chapter 17 and verse 8 in the Hebrew. Waya ba'a Mashah Wa'a Haran. Yeah. All Hanya Ahal Mawa'id. Verse 9. Waya Dabar Yahweh. All Mashah La Amar. Verse 10. Harawam. That's lucky. Haramwa, Mathawak, Ha'ida, Haza'at,
Shalom.
Wa'akal, it's like a Wa'akala, Athum, Karagai, Waya, Pawa, Al, Panyahum, verse 11. Like, Panyahum. So yeah, verse 11. Waya Amar, Mashah, All, Aharon, Wakat, Af, Hamakathat, Wathan, Ilahat, it's like Ilayat, Asha, or Ach, Ma'al, Hamazabak, Washayim, Quatarath, Wahawalak, Maharat, all Ha'ida, Wakapar, Al Yahum, Kayat, Yataza'ah, Hakwa Tazak, Malapanya, Yahweh, Hakala. It's like a call. Verse, I'm at the last word in verse 11. Hanagap, verse 12. Wayakwak, Aharon, Ka Ashar, Dabar, Mashah, Wayarataza, All, Fawak, Hakahol, Wahanaha, Hakal, Hanagat, Ba'aim, Wayathun, Af, Hakwataraf, Wayakapar, Al, Ha'aim, verse 13. Waya Imad, Bayan, Hamathium, Waban, it's like it. Wabayan, Hakayayam, Wafa Itazar, Hamagapat, verse 14. Wayahayawa, Hamathim, Bamagapa, Arabai, Aishar, Alat, Washabai, Ma'awat, Malabad, yeah, Malabad, Hamathim, Al, Debar, Quarak, verse 15.
Hey, stop reading.
It's Numbers chapter 17 and verse 7 in the English. It's like verse 8 in the English. And it came to pass.
Hold on. You had a verse 15 on there? Or 14 and the 15? Because it should have went to number 18.
14 and 15.
You said you had a 14 on there?
I had a 14 and 15 here. goes all the way through to verse 28.
Okay. Yeah, that's so I know you was reading it. You was reading it, I was reading it with you. In the English.
Right.
And it was off in the English.
Yeah, it's off in English too.
Yeah. But we can start at verse 8.
It's Numbers chapter 17 and verse 8 in the English.
Oh, go to
I thought this is where 17 started, but it don't.
go on, read.
It's Numbers chapter 17 and verse 8 in the English. And it came to pass that on the morrow Moses went into the tabernacle of witness, and behold, the rod of Aaron for the house of Levi was budded, and brought forth buds, and bloomed blossoms, and yielded almonds.
All right, so the rod that he had, but for it bloomed and blossomed and brought forth bulbs and stuff like that. Why did it do that? Go ahead.
Because in the previous verse it was talking about whoever the Most High chose. Hold on, let me find it. Verse 5, it says, "It shall come to pass that the man's rod whom I shall choose shall blossom, and I will make to cease from me the murmurings of the children of Israel, whereby they murmur against you." So his rod bloomed because the Most High chose Aaron.
Okay. All right, keep reading.
Verse 9, "And Moses brought out all the rods from before the Lord unto all the children of Israel."
All right, so what was the purpose of them of him letting the people? What was the purpose of blooming the rod again? What was the purpose of them blooming the rod in the bigger picture? Why did he have to do that?
Because they were destroyed or they fell away or something?
Okay, so why did the children of Israel have a problem with Aaron? That'll answer the question.
Because they were basically like they were hard-headed.
Yeah, you own it. Go ahead, sister.
Okay, is it because Aaron worked for Moses?
Right. Aaron worked for Moses, and
Moses, I guess the people were mad at Moses because that they was spending so much time in the wilderness.
That was why the people. Well, that was part of it. Yeah, that was part of it. Anybody else? That was part of it, though. All right, both of y'all on. All right, so they were spending a lot of time. Aaron and Moses were spending a lot of time with the Most High. So the people was like, "Why do you think that you are, that the Most High only deals with you? We all, part of the congregation. So why, did the Lord just choose you?" And that was the whole reason why Korah and his misfits had problems with Moses, and the Lord destroyed them. And then the Lord put plagues on the people because they were speaking up against Moses. So now he told them to go put their names on these rods, right? So they can choose, so the people can see who the Lord was with. So the people don't have to keep on arguing about, who the Lord chose to be, speaking to him. We don't have to have this discussion. I'm going to show you right now who I'm choosing to be my representative. All right. So that's why they did this. All right, keep reading.
Verse 10, "And the Lord spake unto Moses, like, and the Lord said unto Moses, bring Aaron's rod again before the testimony, to be kept for a token against the rebels. And thou shalt quite take away their murmurings from me, that they die not. Verse 11. And Moses did so, as the Lord commanded him, so did he. Verse 12. And the children of Israel spake unto Moses, saying, behold, we die, we perish, we all perish. Verse 13. Whosoever cometh anything near unto the tabernacle of the Lord shall die. So like, shall we be consumed with dying?
Like whoever should struggle. So we just keep on dying. That's basically what it's saying. So we just keep on dying because we are headed, like the brother was saying. You know what I'm saying? It was like whoever should come unto the tabernacle of the Lord, they should die. All right? Except for who? Go ahead.
The children of Aaron.
Right. Except for the children of Aaron. All right? So I'm choosing the children of Aaron to be my representatives. All right? These are the ones who are going to be talking to me. These are the ones who are going to be doing the sacrifices. These are the ones who I'm choosing to be the priests of the congregation. Go ahead, sister.
Is this why the rods blossom? Because he was picked. Okay.
Because he letting them know who's it. That's what he said. Who's ever rod, I'm gonna make 12 rods.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Who's ever rod blossoms is the one who I chose.
Right.
All right. So we don't have to keep on having this argument about which people is going to be the priest of the Lord or who I chose. I'm finna let you know right now. So he made Aaron's rod blossom. So that was the ones that he chose. The children of Levi were the ones that he chose. All right. Read verse. What you got? Numbers 18.
If we jump to 18, that leaves all of that. I don't know what this is right here. From 14 down, I don't know what this is.
What?
18.
Read verse 18. Just see what it says.
Read verse 18.
Yeah. I'm in chapter 18. So
Okay. It's Numbers chapter 18 and verse 1 in the Hebrew. Waya Amar Yahweh all Aharon.
yeah, that's it. That's it.
Guys, I don't know what this is.
Okay, don't worry about that. Let's go to 18.
Done. Atha. Waban.
We're at Numbers chapter 18, y'all.
Done. 18 verse 1.
Verse 1.
Waban Yak. Wabayath. Abayak. Athak. Thasha'awa. Ath. Wa'ain. Hamakwadash. Wa'atha. Wabanyak. Wabanyak. Athak. Thasha'awa. Ath. Iwan. Kahan. Salakia. Kana. Kahan. Kaha. Nafakum. Kaha nafakum. Verse 2. Wagum. Ath. Aka. Akayak. Mata. Lawaya. Shabbat. Abayak. Hakwarab. Athak. Wayala. Waya. La. Wawa. Wayala. Wawa. Waya. Wayala. Wawa. Al Yawak. Slaki. Al Yak. Waya. Slaki. Waya Shar. Fawak. Wa'atha. Wabanya. Wabanyak. Athak. Lapanya. Ahal. Ha'adath. Verse 3. Washamarwa. Mashamarath. Morathak, Wamash, Wamashamarath, Call, Ha-Allah, it's like, yeah, Ha-Ahol, Ak, All, Call Ya, Hakwadash, Wa'al, Hamazabak, La'ah, Yakrawabwa, Wa'al, Sakit, Wala'ah, Yamathawa, Yamathwa, Gum, Hum, Gum, a thumb, verse 4. Salaki, Wanalawa, Alyo, Al-Yak, Washamarwa, Ath, Mashamarath, Ahal, Mawa'id, Lakal, Ibadath, Ha'ahal, Wazarah, like it Wazar, La'ah, Yakwarab, Al Yakam, verse 5. Washam Mashar Wamashar Ah, Masharaf, it's like it, Mashamaraf, Hakwadash, Wa'ath, Mashamaraf, Hazabak, Wala'ah, Yaha, Wa'ai, Watazak, Al, Banya, Yasha Allah, verse 6. Wa'anya, Hanaha, Lakwa, Kafia, Ath, Akayam, it's like an Akayakam, Haloyam, Mathawak, Banya, Yasha Allah, Lakam, Mathana, Nathanyam, La Yahweh, La Ibad, Ibadath, Ahal, Mawa'ai, verse 7. Wa'athak, Waban Yakam, Athak, Fasha Marwa, Ath, Kahanathkam, Lakalak, Lakal, Debar, Hamazabak, Walam, Walama, Bayak, La Parkath, Wa'aidabar, Wa'ibadtham, Ibadath, Mathana, Athun, Ath, Kahanathkum, Wahazarah, it's like Wahazar, Hakwara, Yawamath. It's Numbers chapter 18 and verse 1 in the English. And the Lord said unto Aaron, Thou and thy sons and thy father's house with thee shall bear the iniquity of the sanctuary, and thou and thy sons with thee shall bear the iniquity of your priesthood.
All right. So what does it mean when it says you shall bear the iniquity of the sanctuary? Go ahead, sir.
The response is basically giving the responsibilities to the Levites that they are the priests of the tabernacle. No, is it tabernacle? The sanctuary.
Right. Anybody else? Go ahead.
So is it making Aaron, like in the sons of Aaron, responsible for the people? It's making them be responsible for the stuff that they're doing. The murmurings against the Lord, and they gonna take on the whatever sins the people are doing, they take it up on their own heads.
Right. They're not taking it on their own heads, but they are the ones who are responsible for making an atonement for those sins to the Most High.
Come on, okay.
All right, they are the ones who. So, like, say for instance, you sin against the Most High, right? You couldn't just go and be like, Lord, I'm sorry. Just sit in your room and be like, Lord, I'm sorry. I know I shouldn't have did that, and this won't happen again. Well, in those days, you had to make an atonement for that. So atonement means that you had to sacrifice something because of what you've done. You had to lose something. Something had to die for the sin that you've done. All right. So because the Lord wanted to kill you, all right? You want to kill, sin. You want to kill you for sins that you do, but something else had to die. You can make a sacrifice, but something had to die for your sin, or you can either make a drink offering, or some kind of offering to the Lord. Something had to atone for what you have done. All right. So Aaron was going to be, and his household were going to be the ones who would make those atonements for you. So instead of you sitting in your house saying, Lord, I'm sorry, I ain't going to do this no more, you would actually have to leave your house and go to the priest. So the priest, because the priests are the ones who was actually speaking to the Most High. It wasn't you speaking to the Most High. It was the priest that was speaking to the Most High. So you would have to go to the priest for them to inquire of the Most High in your behalf. That was the responsibility of Aaron's and Aaron's household. All right, go ahead, sister.
Sloppy, sir. So, like what you're saying is the priest had to speak on your behalf,
Right,
to the Lord,
right,
and then there had to be a replacement or something that's submitted, like something given up for what you done did.
right. So it would, like I said,
Okay.
it would either be something had to die, or it would be like a drink offering, or maybe a peace offering. It was different offerings for different things that was going on. So for you making a sin offering, well, it's something that had to die because of that sin offering. All right. So you would have to, give up a goat, or what I'm saying, it all depends on what it was that you've done, but something would have to die. You would have to atone for your sin that you do. And the priests were the ones who would make that happen. All right? Keep reading.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
What's the difference between bearing the iniquity for the sanctuary and bearing the iniquity of their priesthood?
It's the same thing. So the sanctuary is the things that the sanctuary where was the place that was like where you had the Holy of Holies and all this stuff, right? But this is where you would go. They had to have the responsibility of the sanctuary and the responsibility of the priesthood. The priesthood was them giving the law to the people, letting the people know, thou shalt not do this, thou shalt not do that, thou shalt not do this. That was them. That was the priesthood. The sanctuary was where you would make the actual sacrifices at. All right. So they had the responsibility of the sanctuary and the responsibility of teaching the people what the Lord said. Go ahead.
So, like you said, so the priesthood is teaching and giving out. The sanctuary is like making sure it stay clean, making sure that the altar is set up properly. So
yeah, that's part of it.
Okay.
And also, it's the main thing for the sanctuary is those sacrifices. So that's where they had the responsibility of the sacrifices. and upholding the sanctuary also, like you were just saying. Make sure everything is clean. Make sure everything is, like I always talk about in here. This is the Lord's sanctuary, so we got to keep the Lord's sanctuary clean. That's our responsibility as a priest of the Lord. We have that responsibility to, keep up with all of the things that the Lord, that we need to keep His services going. All right, so we have to keep up with that. We have to make sure that it's right and make sure that it's clean and stuff like that. And we also have the responsibility of the priesthood. The priesthood is what we're doing now, teaching the laws, teaching these classes that we have. Those are our responsibilities to make sure that the people know, what the Lord, how to serve the Most High. The Lord said, "Thou shalt not do this, thou shalt not do that, thou shalt not do that." Well, you wouldn't know that until we tell you. It's our responsibility to teach what the Lord said. All right, so that's, those are the iniquity of the sectionary and the iniquity of the priesthood. All right, correct.
Verse 2. And thy brethren also of the tribe of Levi, the tribe of thy father, bring thou with thee, that they may be joined unto thee and minister unto thee. But thou and thy sons with thee shall minister before the tabernacle of witness.
All right.
Verse 3. And they shall keep thy charge in the charge of all the tabernacle. Only they shall not come nigh the vessels of the sanctuary and the altar, that neither they nor ye also die.
All right, so there was things that the Lord didn't want anybody touching. All right, keep reading.
Verse 4. And they shall be joined unto thee, and keep the charge of the tabernacle of the congregation for all the service of the tabernacle, and the stranger shall not come nigh unto you.
All right, so can't no stranger come around and join the tabernacle or join themselves to the congregation. You know what I'm saying? Where, or try to teach or, something like that. Can't no stranger be able to do this. All right, I chose you all to do it, so you are the one. And this also means, this goes for the children of Israel also.
Okay.
All right, this goes for the children of Israel also. Can't know everybody just, at that time, couldn't know everybody just teach and do the word, and do the sacrifices. All right, they, it was strictly for the Levites. So everybody else would be the ones who would be bringing their sacrifices to the Levites. They couldn't sacrifice them themselves. Saul tried to do that one time and make a sacrifice unto the Lord. And the Lord ended up taking his priesthood. That was the last straw that Saul did. Then the Lord took his kingship because he had a prophet who the Lord the prophet told Saul to go to a certain place, right? And I'll be there in a minute, and I'm gonna make a sacrifice for the sin that you've done. Well, Saul didn't have the patience to wait on him. He was taking too long. So Saul ended up doing the sacrifice himself. So the priest got there, when the prophet got there, the prophet like, "What the hell is you doing? You damn fool. Why is you sitting here? You already in the wrong for what you've done. And now you even worse, you putting sin on top of sin now. Now you in here trying to make sacrifices like you the prophet. And the Lord ended up taking his kingship right then and there. A lot of people think that it was because of that him not killing the Amalekites and stuff. Well, that was the beginning. But him going over the prophet's head and committing a sacrifice, that was the end. That was the last straw for him. And the Lord took his kingship after that. All right. And he ended up getting killed in the fight and things and stuff like that. But yeah, the Most High chose certain people to do certain things. All right. And it don't, even the king can't go over that. All right, keep reading.
Verse 5. Verse 5. And ye shall keep the charge of the sanctuary and the charge of the altar, that there be no wrath any more upon the children of Israel. Verse 6. And I, behold, I have taken.
So what's the reason why the Lord did all of this? Anybody know? Go ahead.
It's because they were murmuring against the Lord, and they came up to Moses and them saying that the Lord speak to them too.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what started all of it.
Mm-hmm.
Was the children of the high people in their groups and stuff trying to come against Moses and Aaron, and saying that the Lord speak to them too, and not just to Moses and Aaron. and then the people started murmuring, so the Lord killed them.
Right.
And so to correct it, this is how he put order,
Yes.
set order.
You said it just perfect. That was a perfect answer. Order. The Lord made order by setting the house of Aaron to be able to do these works. So it wouldn't be no confusion, about anything. Y'all can't do the things that they doing. So clearly, I chose them to do. Y'all can't come near the tabernacle. So clearly, I chose them to do it because they can come near the tabernacle. You think what I'm saying? So the Lord is just making order so the people, like he just read, it said, and you charge the sanctuary, and to keep charge of the sanctuary and charge of the altar, that there be no more wrath upon the children of Israel. All right, keep reading.
Verse 6. And I, behold, I have taken your brethren, the Levites, from among the children of Israel. To you they are given as a gift for the Lord to do the service of the tabernacle of the congregation.
I got a class too. Y'all might want to go back and watch the class I done. I done a class about the Levites, the service of the Levites. Y'all can go back and watch that class. It explains a lot about what we're reading about now, and the things that the Levites done. Go ahead, bro. You got a question.
I was going to ask, when you read that in your class, is this happens twice then? This is being said twice? Because I know it was said when they
Well, he reiterated
okay, yeah.
throughout the scriptures, letting you know that I did this as, I'm giving the priesthood
to Aaron.
To Aaron.
Right.
Yeah. This is a gift from me. I'm allowing your children to, throughout the generations to be my priest. All right. So he was doing that for Aaron.
Yeah.
All right.
Verse 7. Therefore thou and thy sons with thee shall keep your priest's office for everything of the altar and within the veil, and ye shall serve. I have given your priest's office unto you as a service of gift, and the stranger that cometh not shall be put to death.
And the stranger shall be put to death. When you try to come and do the work of the Lord, and the Lord didn't choose you to do it, he's going to put you to death for it. All right. And he's going to, clearly show that, he's not with you while you're doing this work. All right. Y'all got a question about anything? If not, I'm watching. Stand. It's time to face the east. And we're going to say the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew.
Lord's Prayer in Hebrew. Abinau.
Shabbat Shemayim.
Shabbat Shemayim. Ayah. Shakah. Yahau. Malakah. Taba'ah. Batazak. Ayah. Aisha. Ratazah. Kawa. Ayah. Hashmayim. Latananau. But yeah, Lakam. Call. Gawam. Wasalakawa. Kababasnawa. Wasalakawa. Kababasnyanau. Ala'ah. Wabiyanau. Hadisawa. Mabam. Awashanau. Ayan. Rod. Kaya. Hamalakwa. Allah.
The Lord's Prayer in the English. Our Father, art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day daily bread. Give us of our debts, forgive our debtors. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. God is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. Sorry, Mr. Turner. Then the Israel, we're going to get one courtesy salute. Amam Shabbat, Amachim, Barak, Yahweh Shemel Shabbat. Y'all in the top, his hands down. Sar means a turn. We're going to face the sisters. Men of Israel, we're going to get the sisters one courtesy salute. Amam Shabbat, Amachim, Barak, Yahweh Shemel Shabbat. Y'all in the top, his hands down. Sar means a turn. Dismiss.